All right, hello guys. This is analyzing financial performance using generative AI and ratio analysis. So you can see there is a data file required for this lab, and I've gone ahead and uploaded this into, we have Copilot open here. This is a new chat. Make sure it's a new chat. Go ahead and upload your data file, and we are just going to ask Copilot to read the data file. Okay, type that out. Now Copilot's going to return some metrics that it reads the data file. It's got multiple companies with company name, revenue, net income, and it's going to give you out a few examples from this data set. Okay. From there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to ask Copilot to calculate current ratio, debt to equity ratio, net profit margin, and ROA. And I've gone ahead and just copy and paste that over from the document. Okay. Now Copilot's going to go through each of these 20 companies in the data set, and it's going to return each of these, the current ratio, debt to equity, net profit margin. It's going to give us a little return sample. And you can see, all this current ratio, debt equity, and it's very nice to look at, right? We need to compare them. So now with this information, we're going to ask Copilot to summarize the data set and report back which company has the strongest liquidity, the lowest leverage, and the highest profitability. Now you could determine these three measurements based off the information we then asked Copilot to calculate. And so it's going to give us each here, which has the strongest liquidity. We have Omicron Labs, the lowest leverage, Data Technologies, and net profit margin leaders, Data Technologies, and ROA leaders, Beta Corp. So went ahead and actually, gave us two companies based off net profit or return on assets. So it says Beta Corp is most efficient using assets. That just gives us good information that we can derive from these ratios that we determined. Okay, so it's good to look for. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to ask Copilot to provide histograms for each of these ratios. Now again, I'm just copying these prompts over just so I don't have to type it all out, but it's going to provide histograms for each of the ratios we have above, like the current, the debt to equity, the net profit margin, and the return ROA or return on assets. Now we'll give it a little bit because Copilot likes to analyze and return out some whenever you're generating charts or histograms or anything like that. From here, current, it's going to walk us through each one that we have for each ratio that we have, and we'll be able to look at it across values. And I assume that it will give us ranges to choose from or to look at. As you can see, we have 2 for this range, and Copilot does a thing where it allows us to view it interactively, so we can see there's 7 from the range 1 to 2, there's 6 from the range 2 to 3, there's 3 from the range 3 to 4 for current ratio, and it kind of allows us to interact with that and kind of see the ranges that Copilot is playing with here. So that'll give us those histograms that we can compare, just see how many companies are in what ranges. And from there, we're going to then, ask Copilot to generate these histograms into a PNG format or files, because these histograms are good at comparing, and you can look at it even further with for specific companies or companies over a while, net profit margin, and you can look at these using different charts. But I believe histogram is nice because you can kind of see the economy as a whole in our sample set, and see kind of what range multiple companies are sitting at and where they're sitting at in that range, and kind of see where maybe the economy's headed or whatnot. So after asking this, the final histograms was PNG files labeled appropriately. Copilot is going to return it kind of like this, right? Now you won't be able to interact with it now, but you can see from the count and everything. And we're just going to go ahead and you're going to want to download each of these files, okay, individually, and then you will want to upload those into a document, in its own document, each 4 of these, and title appropriately as said in the instructions. Okay, now we're going to ask Copilot to to provide us, the prompts that we used here. And these are going to be good for, analyzing what we went through if we want to revisit this later, we'll be able to revisit what exactly we said. And if we want to update the prompts to change the information that Copilot gives us, this is a great, thing to come back to and look at what exactly was said and what we can change to make it either better or give us different information. So you're going to go ahead and download that, and we'll have you upload that. And from here, this is your entire lab